Hello my fellow yummy mummies and cherry cheek chummies, how are you doing today? I'm just going to talk about surgery whilst you're pregnant. I'm sure that there are a few of you that are wondering what it's like if you are pregnant. Maybe you have to have surgery, you're a bit worried and you want to hear about, well, you just want to see what it's like really. So obviously I had my parathyroidectomy at the beginning of September. And pregnant. Boy, am I feeling it this weekend, I may add. And it's an extra factor when you go. Your feelings are, obviously you want to protect your baby and you want to do the best for your baby. And you're not just thinking about yourself, you're thinking about your baby. And when they said to me, you'll have to have surgery now, I didn't feel that I had a choice, as I've mentioned before. And I didn't want to put myself, let alone my baby, at risk. And they used to do the surgery on the islands, but they don't do that anymore. I did actually speak to quite a few of the midwives, actually, bless them, kind of didn't know what hyperparathyroidism is. And I don't blame them, it's very rare. And my midwife did actually admit and go, oh, or a couple of the midwives kind of said, oh, I did look this up because I'd never heard of it. So, yeah, I mean, they were pretty good. They didn't really kind of know what to do with me because I was kind of maternity, but I wasn't, because I was an endocrinology, I can never say it. So I was kind of in between, and they didn't really know, should I be in maternity, should I be on a basic ward? And when I went to Southampton, I was in a general ward, not a basic ward, that's the wrong word, not basic, a general ward with different ladies, and they did kind of question me and say, oh, why are you on a general ward, shouldn't you be in maternity? But I suppose it's easier to be in a general ward near my surgeon than it is to be in maternity. Maternity can only do so much, bless him, and that's obviously just check the baby. And I was worried. Of course I was worried because they were saying a general anaesthetic. I thought, how's that going to affect the baby? Is the baby going to be okay? And I did have a look online, and sometimes it's not always a good idea to look things online because it kind of, you can get over worried. It's sometimes not a good idea. But the general consensus was it was fairly okay. And when I asked the surgeon about it, the anaesthetist, they said, well, all that will happen is that your baby will feel a little bit sleepy and be a bit quieter, and that's basically it. I saw a midwife, because Southampton Princess Anne Maternity Hospital is a separate building from Southampton. I did have a midwife that came, a very nice midwife, and I cannot remember her name. I'm really sorry, because it was all such a blur. But she did say, she did come over and she checked the baby and she was happy. And the ladies on the general ward, and one of them kind of got a little bit teary because it reminded her of when she had children. And when they overheard the heartbeat. And obviously I had the surgery, and I did notice that the baby wasn't moving as much. I can't remember how many weeks. I'm 23, coming up to 23 weeks. I cannot remember. I must have been 18 weeks at the time, because it's 5 weeks ago. And I do remember being a little bit worried because he was quiet and I hadn't felt his kicks or anything, and thought, and I mean, it's quite funny really, because I went over to Princess Anne, still a bit out of it the next day, wanted to get it checked because they said they were too busy in maternity to come over, which is fair enough, it's fine, it's not a problem. But I ended up going to 3 different floors because I've never been to Princess Anne before. I didn't know where to go, and saw this really nice midwife. They're all lovely, but it's a lovely midwife. And went to this tiny weeny room, and she listened in, and she said, really happy with the heartbeat, he's fine, absolutely lovely, nothing to worry about. I thought, I was so relieved. I cannot tell you how relieved I was that he was all right. It is a he, by the way. And I had a scan oh my goodness, probably about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and she was happy with it. She was fine with everything. She was happy. I don't know what else I can really say about it. I would definitely say, as with any surgery, don't be afraid to ask the questions. Write them down if you have to. Make sure that you have your answers, that you've got the information, you've got the facts. I think the only thing that was a tiny risk was a miscarriage, but I was kind of caught between the devil and the deep blue sea, because if I'd left it, I still could have had a miscarriage because my calcium was so high. That is one of the risks of hyperparathyroidism. And that's about it, really. I don't think there's anything else I can really say about it, but I just wanted to kind of reassure you that I was all right, baby's all right, fingers crossed, and it's okay to be scared, and it's okay to be more scared when it's not just you you're looking out for, but this little person. And also I feel kind of blessed in some ways, because if I hadn't been pregnant, I wouldn't have been in maternity, I wouldn't have had a blood test, they wouldn't have found my calcium level was high until probably a lot later on down the line. So I was very, very lucky in that respect, and I was lucky that I had my doctor, Dr. Arnes, the endocrinologist, pushing it forward for the surgery, because there's only so long I could be on a drip for, realistically. And that's about it, really. So again, if you've got any questions, I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you've got any questions about surgery during pregnancy or anything like that, then please feel free to comment below. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to like or share if you know another lady that's going in for surgery and she's pregnant. I'd love to hear from any ladies, any pregnant ladies that are about to have surgery and what they're having, or have had the surgery while they were pregnant and how it was. And it'd be really great to hear from you, and thank you for watching.